president had a habit of asking to retain sensitive documents. And from time to time, he did that, and we didn't know what happened to them. And it was always a concern that because he didn't really fully understand the risks to sources and methods and other dangers of revealing classified information, that it might get out to the wrong people.
Joining us now, I'm glad we showed your expression there. Joining us, Joe diGenova, former U.S. Attorney, Washington, D.C., and Victoria Toensing, former Chief Counsel, Senate Intelligence Committee. I think your reaction there, guys, said it all. What do you... the pot calling the kettle black. Living in glass. I could go on and on with the puns. Whichever one, take it away.
The glass house in Chevy Chase, which is our old neighborhood. He must have been throwing stones all around that house. Do you remember? He got $2 million for that book deal, Lydia. So he thought he had to give out some juicy stuff. And let me just tell you how Royce Lamberth, the judge who had to decide on whether his book could be published, and Royce said, well, it's too late. The horse has already left the stable. But you have gambled with the national security of the United States. And Royce saw the documents, which we of course, haven't seen yet. But we just have a description of what they're about. But you gambled with the national security of the United States, said the judge who viewed the documents.
Joe, he's facing 180 years under the Espionage Act. This is some serious stuff. Should Bolton be worried?
Well, I think he should be worried because it's a very serious case. I think what's really fascinating about this is the arrogance and the irony. I think a chapter in his book should be the arrogance and the irony. It'll be a postscript because all of this comes together in a sort of beautiful, almost Shakespearean way to show that John Bolton was doing all the things that he was criticizing other people for. And let me remind John Bolton of something. The President of the United States can keep any classified document he wants. The classification laws do not apply to him. And Jack Smith's case about the president keeping classified documents was a legal nullity. It never should have been brought. It was dismissed by Judge Cannon, Eileen Cannon, because of Jack Smith's unconstitutional appointment. But in fact, the president had every right in the world to keep the documents that he kept. And the National Archives became a subversive agent of the FBI under Christopher Wray when they cooperated in an unconstitutional prosecution of the president. John Bolton is getting exactly what he deserves.
I think you guys should write the foreword to his book. I think that would be really... Okay. The deep state, as you mentioned, it's freaking out, and rightfully so. FBI Director Kash Patel said that the FBI is on the verge of taking down Antifa and whoever's backing it. Patel said, quote, "We are looking at so many different leads on criminal activity by those who are in positions of power, and we're not going to stop until every single one of those is fully exposed." Tomorrow is No King's Day, all the protests. The Democrats told us Antifa doesn't exist, but yet they seem very organized. Do you guys think that we'll finally, it feels like a Scooby-Doo episode, the cartoon where we pull off the mask off the bad guy at the end, we're finally going to discover who's actually behind all of this?
We've come a long way, baby, haven't we? From an FBI director, Chris Wray, who said, Antifa is just an idea, it's a thought. It doesn't really exist, to an FBI director who says, we're going to find out who's funding Antifa, and we're going to find it. And you can know where they can start. In Texas, where they arrested the two people for being part of the assault on ICE, and they're members of Antifa. And you can just start going into the financial records and the emails. And oh, what a heyday I'd have as a prosecutor down there.
I think that the statement by Christopher Wray under oath in front of a congressional committee that Antifa was only an idea, not an organization, is so incompetent and stupid based on the available information that all of us had at the time he was making it. Any young prosecutor, young FBI agent would have looked at all the available evidence and said, this is an organization, it's a criminal conspiracy, it needs to be investigated. Can you imagine an FBI director looking at Antifa and everything that they've done over the years and saying they're only an idea? Let me tell you something. If ideas do that in the street, I'd like to hire some of these ideas to do a job, maybe.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.